Does this FTX story have the potential to create wider losses in more assets and more traditional assets? I know you're expecting a settlement tomorrow in the lawsuit between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple. The SEC's filing from 2020 alleged that Ripple Labs and two of its executives raised over $1.3 billion through an unregistered digital securities offering. This is a separate case, but your thoughts on whether any of this has the potential to take down other markets like the stock market?
Absolutely, Maria. Well, it goes to your first point. When contagion happens, it's because everything is cross-collateralized and the system at large based on credit is so fragile. So we do see Bitcoin drawing down, and we can see other assets drawing down as people liquidate in order to cover their margins and their shorts. And so I think what's important to know about the SEC and Ripple, and it'll be interesting to see what the verdict will be, is that the SEC charged Ripple with violating securities law and argues that it passes the Howey test. It says that it's a common enterprise, an investment contract, and a common enterprise. And the big thing I want people to remember, no matter what happens tomorrow, is right now you can go to Twitter or Google and you can find Ripple's CEO. And Ripple is the largest holder of its own token. Sound familiar? So if there's a CEO, if there's a company, if there's a pre-mine, a foundation, an ICO, it's not Bitcoin. And be careful trusting your life savings to a CEO. And then there were great companies after the bubble burst in the 90s and into the 2000s that actually did survive. And out of the ashes were companies like Amazon that went on to transform the world.
Well, you gave a great analysis there, and I was there in the 90s. I understand what you're saying. We had some gems in all of the rough, like an Amazon, like a Google. That's fine.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to break us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. Also, we have stocks flat. And with the FTX fiasco, we've had over $3 billion worth of Bitcoin leave the exchanges. And we're seeing a lot of panic around Bitcoin and crypto. And I'll get into that later in the video. But we have on Fox Business. And I went on Fox Business website to get the official video. And it stated that Ripple's settlement is coming tomorrow. And it may not come tomorrow, but guys, we know it's going to come soon. And we know this FTX situation just sped that up, right along with regulation. But like in that video, she stated this is just like the tech boom. And you know, guys, I compare it to the big tech boom all the time. We had Amazon and Google come out the ashes. But what she doesn't say is that it was all planned out. The same way we're seeing crypto crumble. But guys, you know, always explain you the actual phases the NWO takes the industry. And right now we're going to be going through a consolidation phase. And then it's time to present it to the people, and we're getting close. And you guys know I went over in every single video anytime we received a big funding round. And as we can see, all that liquidity has been shut down. And it's only one person to look at. That's right, the Fed. And who's not a topic of discussion anymore? That's right, the Fed. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are slowly rising. We have Tether, we have USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Make sure you're pulling the repo on a daily basis. We know they're going to be raising rates again on the 14th of December. Probably will only be 50 basis points, but guys, it's going to take time for these rates to hit the market. And we see all these big corporations are getting ready for the credit crunch. Remember, guys, they were getting free money. And now we see all these big companies laying off. And we have Amazon says they're going to be laying off about 10,000 people. They had already laid off 100,000 at the beginning of the year. And we know they're going to get ahead of this 15% tax. The technology is already ready behind the curtain. If you look at Kathy Wood's portfolio, it's all about the robots, algorithms, and drones. And we had CNBC do a couple videos last week on the actual automation of building homes and the Amazon drones. The NWO just needs that distraction in order to bring in the technology. When the pandemic came, Zoom and all the other technology had already been ready, guys, over 10 years old. And the same thing goes for these robots, algorithms, and drones. These videos that I'm showing you are old videos. So make sure you're looking at the actual short videos so you can see how automation is going to move through this economy. But when we look at Bitcoin and crypto, you want to be invested in the utility projects, the cryptos that have real use cases. Remember, FTX is just a distraction for something bigger, and that's the fourth industrial revolution. But guys, don't forget about Grayscale. Was it about 16.1 billion? Make sure you're paying attention to the actual allocations. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have CZ and Michael Saylor urge for crypto self-custody. And guys, you know, from the beginning, since I started my channel, I advise you do not keep your money on exchanges unless you're trading. Do I keep money on exchanges? Yes, but I trade. But I'm also an investor. I'm hodling the cryptos that I think that are going to make it through the actual storm. And guys, don't forget, Binance CZ still owns a lot of Luna Classic. And Luna Classic still has an evaluation of $1 billion, still number 36. After everything that's happened, still has $1 billion market cap. Amazing. Now we have Binance's CZ says he wants to create a recovery fund to help projects struggling with liquidity. And he stated strong projects. And guys, if it was a strong project, they wouldn't need liquidity. Over the last 2 years, money was being thrown all over the place. So if you did what you were supposed to do with that money, you definitely should be able to weather the storm of the actual bear market. And the key is allowing the market to take care of itself. And sometimes projects will fall by the wayside. The same way if we look at the legacy economy, some of these corporations, big banks, need to fall by the wayside instead of being bailed out. But we also have payments company Curve bids for BlockFi 87,000 credit card customers. And like I stated, guys, we're going to go through a consolidation phase, and a lot of these companies are going to be sold for pennies on the dollar. And we have another one. Cross Tower revises new offer for Voyager's assets after FTX bankruptcy. And lastly, we have Buterin may have sold nearly $4 million worth of Ethereum after FTX bankruptcy filing. And we know what Vitalik is thinking. Let me get this money now because there are going to be hard times ahead. And we have Sam Bankman-Fried on Twitter playing the alphabet. We haven't seen not one reporter try to interview Sam Bankman-Fried, but we can see him all over the place with these politicians. And the bank man is nothing but a puppet or distraction. And remember, the crypto teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel. Make sure you go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming, while everybody's sitting at home get on stocks, to see where the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.